Hi guys, it's Casey with Crystalline Designs. I am here with a tutorial using some of my Beebeecraft items. So I had gotten these beads from Beebeecraft and I'm going to make a goddess bracelet. I also have a pair of earrings I'm going to make afterwards if I have enough time. If not, then I'll make another short video with it. It just kind of depends on how long this one runs. But it should be very quick and easy. So you're going to need some beads, of course. I have, these are 6mm, about 24 inches of tiger tail beading wire of some sort. I have some soft flex in black, and you can use color because you're going to see a little bit of wire, but I thought black would go with this set of beads very well. You'll need some type of crimp beads. I am using my magical crimper, so I have the special crimp beads that go with that. You'll need some type of clasp. I have a stainless steel lobster and a jump ring. I also have some wire guardians, but you don't have to use those. And then you shall need some jump rings. I'm actually using split rings because I like the double ring effect that it has. And then as far as tools go, you're going to need a couple of pliers. I have a flat nose, and these are technically crimping pliers, but I use them for their very fine tip. Then I have my magical crimpers, but if you're doing a regular crimp, you just need regular crimpers, and I have some clippers. That is all I have as far as tools for this project for now. For the earrings, if we get to those in this, you would also need a round nose plier to add to the bunch. So let's get started. So first, I am going to thread a wire guardian onto my two ends here and bring it to the center. And I'm just going to thread an end on either side. Did I get it? I did not. There we go. So I'm just going to thread a wire guardian there, and I'm going to bring it down to the center, down here, trying to line it up as well as I can down here so that I have pretty even ends, just like that. And then I'm going to go ahead and thread on my clasp, which I am doing a lobster in this case. You could do a toggle if you want to do a toggle. I just want it to be secure, so I was going to do a lobster. Okay, then you're going to put on a crimp tube of some sort. Since I'm using my magical crimper, I have to have special crimp tubes. Normal crimp tubes are too thin for your magical crimper, but you can buy at Hobby Lobby the special crimp tubes. So this is my magical crimper. It has a round divot here in the center, and you just are going to put your crimp tube in that divot. You're going to give it a squish, and then you're going to rotate it around. It'll look like a little ravioli sort of thing, and you'll rotate it around to its side. Give it another squish. Keep rotating, give it another squish, keep rotating, give it another squish, keep rotating. And as you keep squishing, it's going to round your edges for you and turn it into a round ball, which I like because it makes it part of the bracelet as a design feature, just like that. And you just want to make sure that it's nice and tight, and it is. So you should end up with something like that. Okay, then I'm going to thread a bead on one side of my beading wire. So I'm just going to grab a bead, and you're just putting a bead on one side for now, and then you're going to put a jump ring on both, or in my case, a split ring. This is a great way to use up split rings if you have them. I don't like using split rings in projects because they're so difficult to use, because you have to have a special tool to use them very well. But I have a selection of them in my stash, so I thought, why not use them up in a goddess bracelet? So I'm threading a bead onto that thread that I didn't put a bead on at first. So you have a bead on either side now, and then put another split ring on both. And you're just going to keep doing that. You're going to alternate which one. So this one was the one I put on last, so this one is the one I'm going to put on next. Just like that. And then putting a split ring on both strings. And you'll continue going down the line. Now, I want my bracelet to be 6.5 inches, which I discovered was going to be 28 of these beads. So that's how many I need to put on my strand. Sorry, my dogs are barking if you guys can hear that. Okay, so I already have 2, 4, 6 on, so I'm going to need 22 more to finish this. So I'm just going to thread on 22 more of these beads with a split ring in between, and I'm just going to do that off camera so that we can move this along, but you'll just continue in the same pattern and I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. So right now I'm measuring right about a little over 6 inches with my clasp, maybe about 6.5, no, 6.25. And so with adding my other side of my clasp on, it'll be about 6.5, 6 3/4, somewhere in there. And that's about what I want. If you want it a little looser, just add a few more beads. If you have a bigger wrist than a 7-inch wrist, then, like say, add a few more beads. This one is a super versatile, you can make it to fit anybody type of bracelet, and it is still beautiful. So that is what it will look like, and I really, really love it. And I think these earthy tones actually complement it really well, so really, really happy with it. We are going to go put a crimp tube on it now. And then, after I get my crimp tube on both ends here, then we will put our other wire guardian on. Okay, I'm gonna go up and over with both strands. And if I can fit both strands through my crimp tube, I will. If I can't, then I will just go back through with one strand. Sorry, guys. And it looks like I'm only going to be able to go back through with one strand, and that's fine. I came out too far. Oh, maybe. Maybe I can go back through with both. I don't know. No, I'm just gonna stick with the one. Oh. Okay. Well, I was going to add my jump ring on, but I'll just let it alone. I can open the jump ring. But normally I would have added my jump ring right here so that I didn't have to open it, but I'll just go ahead and open it. Okay, so this is what we're looking at. Then I just need to crimp right here. So I'm going to come in with my magical crimper. Going to give that a good, let me make sure I'm down as far as I can be. Don't go too tight to where your bracelet doesn't have any movement, but go tight enough that it doesn't move too much around on you. See, and that just slid down. So make sure your beads are down as far as you can. There we go. Okay, so now I'm going to put this in my magical crimper and give it a squeeze or a squish. Okay, and turn and squish and turn and squish and turn and squish and keep turning and squishing. Until I have a round ball. Okay, and just make sure it doesn't pull out on you. Now I have this one extra string here, so we're just going to cut that off. And make sure that you don't cut your other strings. Okay, and then we're going to cut this base string down here and make sure we don't cut our other strings. Okay, and you should be left with something like this. And like say, I'll just go ahead and put, so I did have about, I don't know, about 4 inches maybe on each side. So you could get away with a little less. Now I'm going to open my my big jump ring here, and it is a stainless steel 18 gauge. So it's a great big thick one. And I'm going to thread this side on. And make sure it's got a nice tight connection there. And this is our finished bracelet. It looks beautiful. And it should hook on just like that. And look just like this. So a beautiful bracelet. That's the goddess bracelet. And I'm going to go ahead and make that pair of earrings with you guys real quick. So let me get this cleaned up and moved over, and I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. So we are going to make a pair of earrings. This is what the pair of earrings looks like. I am using that same bead again, but also these little little baby golden rondelles. And I found some leaves that were in my stash, and it was just making a pair of boho dangly earrings. So we're going to make that. I have pre-made a bunch of the little dangles just so that they're made. I also went ahead and put my little bead on a eye pin. I am currently using stainless steel findings because I just moved and half of my stuff is in the garage and I can't find a bunch of my findings. So I'm working with very limited resources right now. So what you're going to need is 10 of these little baby dangles. And I have 2 little rondelles on them just because I just didn't think one was enough. So I have 8 made, and I'm going to make 2 with you guys. So there's those. There's that one. There it is. I was going to say I should have 4 beads here. And you'll need some jump rings. I should have 2 of them. There's one. An ear wire, two headpins for the dangles, a ball headpin for your leaf, an ear wire, and an eye pin for this, and a bead. Then you'll need some pliers. I have a couple of flat nose, a chain nose, a round nose, which I have 2 different ones just because of the different sizes on them, and some cutters. So this is what I have in my arsenal right now next to me to use. So first we're going to go ahead and put the leaf on. I did a wrapped loop with this. Like I say, I'm using stainless steel findings. They're much harder to use because they are very stiff. So on a normal basis, I would normally use just regular findings, but this is what I've got to work with right now. So you're just going to bend a 90-degree angle over a pair of pliers, come around. I'm rotating my plier around, and then I'm going to bring it all the way around here. Sorry, I may have gone off camera there. Okay, so you're going to bring it like that. And then I'm going to change hands just so that I can use my right hand to pull the end around the base wire here and just wrap it around. And you may have to squeeze. I definitely do with this because it's stainless steel. Thankfully, your bead will kind of just fling around. And if your wire does like what mine just did, you can just push it back up. Using your tools. Sometimes it's difficult. There we go. Kind of. Give me just a second, guys. I'll put my glasses on. It makes it a little easier to see what I am doing here. Okay. So then you're just going to keep wrapping it around. Like say these head pins are much harder to use than a regular head pin because they're stainless steel. So normally this wouldn't take so long, but trying not to crack a bead, but also wrap decently is proving difficult with these head pins because they are very strong. Okay, just adjusting a bit. Then I'm going to cut off the excess here as much as I can anyways. And then try to tuck in the rest. Without cracking the bead, because it's very easy to do. I just about got it. Just got a little nubbin right there. was trying to do it off, but I can't. There we go. Okay. So like I say, normally I like to do this off camera because it's very difficult to do. I don't know how much of that I was on camera for, but a wrapped leaf. Sorry, you guys. I really wish I could find my findings. We have stacked the garage up so high that it's proving difficult to find where we put my stuff. We weren't ready for it to come in yet. Now that I finally got my office ready for stuff to come in, now I can't find my stuff. So then for these, I just threaded on 2 little beads, and then I'm just going to do a simple loop. So I'm just taking my pliers and I'm going to bend it at a 90-degree angle, trying not to crack your bead. Once again, very easy to do. And then I'm going to come in and cut this off, leaving myself about a 1/4 inch here. And we're going to roll a loop. One thing I like to use these little pliers for as well, my little crimpers, is to close a loop if you didn't get it all the way. They're great for that. So another little dangly, and I need one more. So we're going to thread on our last 2 little beads. Come on. Thread on our last 2 little beads, and then once again bend at a 90-degree angle over top my finger and cut off. Leaving about a 1/4 inch. And roll a loop. And my loop went totally crooked. So I gotta straighten it up. I don't know why, but I have been being crooked lately. You see? It's wanting to not roll from where I bent it, but from elsewhere. Okay. Not quite closed. There we go. Making sure that's straight. So another little dangly. So we have 10 little danglies. Now, why we need 2 jump rings, at least, is I had to do this in sections. So at first I put it on all of them on 1 jump ring, and then I couldn't get the jump ring closed or back open. So what I did after that was I threaded on 4 plus the leaf, and then the other 6 plus the bead. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to hold on to my jump ring, and first I'm going to thread on my little leaf, and then I'm going to thread on 2 on either side of the little leaf. So that's 1 and 2. And then I am going to hold on to this side and thread on 2 onto this side. There's 1 and 2. And I'll close this up. Okay. Then we're going to come in with our next jump ring thread it onto this jump ring, but not threading into those little danglies. And then we are going to thread on 3 onto each side. 1, 2, and 3 onto that side. Then our final 3, 1, 2, and 3 onto this side. And our bead, which I think I'm gonna have to scooch just a tad. Thread on our bead, and then we're gonna, oops, not close because I lost some. Do I still have all 3? No. Aha. Okay. Now I'm going to close my jump ring. And now we have this. And then we are going to thread our ear wire onto the top bead. And make sure that's closed. And let me move my pliers out the way. And I'm going to grab a ear thing, an earring holder, to show you our pretty little dangles. So here is what our little pretty dangles, pretty earring dangles look like. Aren't they beautiful? I love them. And that is the 2 pieces that I'm gonna make with my Beebeecraft items. So that is all for this video. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. And if you are subscribed, thank you so much for being a member of my community and for watching my videos. And stay tuned for some other videos. Beebeecraft, by the way, I have a coupon code for you guys. It is Crystalline10. It will save you 10% off on their website. They are a crafting website. They have all manners of crafting items, obviously beads, because I used beads today to make these beautiful items. And but they also have painting, diamond painting, drawing, sewing, knitting, just all kinds of different amazing crafting items for really great prices. So definitely check their website out. They always have sales going on. They also have a YouTube program, which obviously I'm a member of. If you have more than 100 subscribers, you can apply to be a member of their YouTube program, and they will let you pick out $40 worth of products to showcase on your channel. And you have to do some tutorials and an unboxing for them. So if you're interested in those things, those links will be listed below. And once again, that coupon code was Crystalline10. And I think that is everything. So we will see you on the next video. Bye, guys.